Welcome back to SA Wine Weekly. Thanks very much for tuning in. As you well know, and if you've watched the show before, we have amazing winemakers from the South Australian wine industry on, and we go through 3 of their wines. We chat about how good their wines are, a little bit of history about the winery, how they got into the industry. We pair it with some amazing food. And then we ask you questions or let you ask us questions, and you can have the chance to win the amazing wines we're talking about. So we're going to get straight into it because everyone's been telling me I ramble on too much at the start. I've got to introduce tonight's guest, Mark Curtis from Curtis Family Vineyards. How you going,
Good,
mate?
How are you?
I'm excellent. Thanks heaps for coming on. And what delights have you brought on with you tonight?
I brought everything. We've got our Limited Series Grenache 2016 vintage, our Curtis Cavalieri, Cavaliere Shiraz 2016 vintage, and we've got our old Tawny Port. It's a 30-year-old barrel-aged port that has been still sitting in our barrels actually. So yeah, something a little bit special to show Goady. So
it's something for everyone. So where are we going to start off tonight, mate?
We'll go with a Grenache.
Pass it over. You can pour.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, she's looking quite light.
Yeah.
I do like a lighter wine.
Very approachable.
So don't forget that we are live and interactive. So if you've got any questions, fire them away. If you've got any questions about the Grenache or got any questions for Curto, fire them away. So talk to me about this wine, Mark.
Yeah, so this is our top-end Limited Series Grenache. It's a Blue Springs with a bit of McLaren Flat Grenache in it. Very old vines. Most of them are over 100-year-old. So very low cropping, probably about a tonne per acre roughly, all hand picked later into the vintage. It's usually the last varietal that we pick as a company. We let it hang out there as much as we can. We spend a lot of time on this wine because we want to get it just right for our consumers here domestically and abroad. It's at the moment it's a very sought after varietal. So we've seen times where Grenache no one wanted it as a grape, but now they can't get enough of it now. So the Australian market's just gone nuts on McLaren Grenache especially, but Grenache in general. So we're seeing good volume of Grenache being sold through our websites and our partners that distribute our wines. So yeah, it's definitely a trend. Hopefully it continues ongoing for many years to come.
So tasting the wine, straight away I notice how smooth it is, how easy to drink.
Yeah,
and it's a lot obviously lighter than a Shiraz or a Cab Sauv.
Yeah. It's almost one of those transition wines, like it is, say, if you're transitioning from, say, a white wine through to your bigger reds, this is a perfect middle ground to start off with because it is gentler. It's just more approachable in every sense. It's got a sweet palate. It's bursting with fruit flavour, but it's not high acid. Like it doesn't like burn you or anything like that. It just goes well with any sort of cuisine.
Right. So now you mentioned that cuisine.
Cuisine.
What are we pairing it with?
So, well, you can pair it with any of these things. I've brought in a bit of Italian Parma prosciutto, a bit of Italian salami, any of these cheeses. I know you're a big one for blue cheese, so we'll get... we might try the blue cheese first. So
blue cheese first?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so before I eat, I'm going to bring up something for you to talk about, right? So I noticed that we're still with cork.
Yes, yeah.
Tell the viewers why you're still with cork, and tell them a little bit about the cork, why I choke on some blue cheese.
Yeah, for sure. Blue cheese. cork. There's just something romantic about cork, and our major business is our export. Most of our exporters will only buy cork as a closure in a wine. Domestically, it's very heavily weighted for screw caps, but we believe that cork is still the best closure across the board. So we've done, and with our vast experience over many years, not just from when I was there, but from when my dad was doing it, and my grandfather as well. We've noticed that the cork quality has become amazing, as in consistent. And our wines, we have wines dated back to 95, 96, 97. And we actually did a comparison where we had screw caps and corks side by side with the same wine, same bottling. And the comparison, the cork blew it out of the water for 20, 30 years later. So for our company anyway, we prefer cork. We do a little bit of screw cap, especially in our white wines, but mainly cork in our premium wines, as in premium reds, just for that, that romance of popping a cork, out of a bottle, and just longevity of the wine and development as well.
Excellent. All right, so I've got to talk about this blue cheese. I went for the creamy blue cheese, which
How'd you go?
It was really nice.
Oh, that's good. I'll convert you.
But as soon as I had the wine, it just really enhanced the flavour of the cheese. And then it got a bit too much for me, to be honest. But not the wine, the cheese. Yeah. But
Let's give it a crack, eh?
Just the amount it changed the taste. Was kind of blew me away. And the wine, I can't get over the smell of it. It just smells so fruity. I guess that's a trait of a good Grenache, is it is so fruity, light.
It should be bursting. It should be bursting with like the raspberry, cherry sort of spectrum of fruit, and then you get like that almost like a tobacco-ish finish on it from the oak that we use, the French oak barriques we use. But they're for a Grenache traditionally is usually fairly thin in colour. This one's actually quite dark for a Grenache.
Is it? I was thinking it was nice and light.
Yeah.
and clear. I can see my fingers.
But there is still a bit of tannin structure there, so the wine will last for more than, say, a 5-year to 10-year period.
We've got to remind people, because they're probably listening intently to what you're saying, that is, we are interactive. Throw some questions at us so we can answer the questions, and then you get a chance to win this amazing wine. So how much does this really retail for?
This one is retailing for $100 a bottle.
$100 a bottle? All right, no questions then. No. Jerry's saying no questions, please. We'll hang on to it. So, $100 a bottle. What a great... No wonder it's so good.
Yeah.
Obviously, it has to be to that price.
It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be.
And you said that it's like your baby. You have to really...
Yeah, you really got to nurture this. Compared to the Shiraz sort of just does its own thing. It's very robust. You can't really screw it up in a way.
All right.
But Grenache, to make this style of Grenache, time comparison, you're probably working on this wine during fermentation, probably between 4 to 6 weeks, where the Shiraz are probably doing about half the time.
Right. So double the amount of effort.
Yeah, easily.
And you were talking to me about, when we were in the winery, about the actual process that you go through. It's so labour intensive and
it's
time consuming.
Just to get the depth, like as I said before, all the colour and all the flavour and all the tannin is trapped in the skin of the grape. So we try to extract that, but extract it in a very gentle sort of way, so that we do get that soft finish, that soft tannic sort of lingering finish. So what that means is just time, just a bit more care, a bit more time. So we put it through about a week, maybe a week and a half, even sometimes 2 weeks if we think, because we're always tasting the ferment.
Yeah.
Where we cold soak the juice, so it's breaking down the skins of the grape, and then we actually take the cooling off. So we're cooling it about 3-4 degrees Celsius. So the ferment is non-existent; it's not started. So, and then once we're happy with it, with the saturation of colour and flavour and all the goodies in it from those skins, we just turn the cooling off and we let it naturally sort of just heat up and start the ferment straight away. We don't inoculate or anything like that. So we do control the temperature all the way through. So we try to keep it around, say, 20 to 22 degrees of the ferment, because these things can race up to 35 degrees, and then you sort of lost what you were doing at the start. So,
and is it pretty difficult? Oh, a winner? Have we got a winner? Joe Beasley. Is it the tannins that allows the wine to age better? If so, can you explain? Well, that's a bloody good. That must be for you.
It is a good question.
It is a great question.
Well, the tannin structure just gives structure to the wine. So, like if you ever tried some younger wines that don't have much tannin, it is quite lean, like in the mouth.
Yeah.
So that structure of tannin, it just gives ageability to the wine. So you still got that structure sort of going through when it's sitting in the bottle. Like just an example, say this 2016 Grenache, it's been sitting in a bottle for since 2018. So we've had it in oak for about 2 years. Yep. So by the time we are consuming it, it's already 4 years old. So you need that structure, you need that tannin sort of structure and mouthfeel to be there. So it's like a building block sort of thing. So if, say, a younger wine with less tannin, if you have it for a longer period of time, it'll be like almost like watered down by the time it's, say, 5 or 6 years old. That's why something like a Shiraz has lots of natural tannin, very easy to extract from the skin. It is a bigger wine. Yep. The structure is bigger, so they usually age a bit longer because of that. So
I'm going to ask you a question, because we haven't got enough questions coming in from the audience. Come on, audience. So why, or not why, but how long would Mark Curtis cellar this wine for?
In a perfect world.
Yeah, in a perfect environment.
In a perfect world, you probably want to start drinking this, say, 5 to 10 years, like where it's at its peak.
Yeah. After
that, it probably will drop off. You'll probably lose a bit of the fruit character, that burst of fruit on the nose, but it'll become more of a savoury sort of experience. It won't be the same wine, that's for sure. It develops over time. So the longer you leave any wine, that is, you're going to lose, especially something that's supposed to be so fruity and vibrant. You're going to sort of lose that fruit character over a period of time.
Right. So Luke Harris, so this must be for you.
Lukey.
Read it out.
This is an impressive wine. I've never had one that opens up so well as this after being decanted. Is this something you would recommend, Kurt? Of course, mate. Of course.
What's the Curto method? Is it having a couple of beers while you decant the wine and let it sit, or is this a wine that has to be decanted? Or
no, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be.
Because Luke doesn't always know what he's talking about.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be decanted, but if you have the time, in like if you're cooking dinner or something, rule of thumb, pop the cork, decanter about half an hour before you try. Make sure that the temperature is right is an important thing, because it does change the flavour. So room temperature around, say, 18 to 20 degrees is good. That's even with some white wines as well. You really don't want it too cold. Because you lose that fruit, you lose everything pretty much.
Yeah, I think John Davey from Shingleback mentioned that with the white wines, having the right temperature actually really changes the taste. Yeah. So, how did your family's interest in the wine industry start? Obviously, Grandpa was where it started?
We were...
So we're third generation
Curtis? In Australia. We, obviously, Italian background, we came, my grandparents on both sides of my family came from Italy, central Italy, in the early 1950s. My dad was also born there. He came over as a young child, but they went into market gardening, people of the land. and they moved around to do a lot of share farming, and then they got into when they saved up a bit of money, they bought their own dairy farm, and both grandparents had dairy farms. We still have a dairy farm in the family that we still lease out and maintain. But then we evolved from that, and as we still had the dairy farms, we went into vineyard, viticulture. And then with my dad showing interest in mainly viticulture, then the wine, it was just second nature to sort of pick up our ancestral roots and run with it. And we evolved as we became a bigger sort of vineyard operation, and value added to the company. So.
And surprised me a lot how actually big Curtis Family Vineyards is. Like, you're expanding quite rapidly.
Yeah, we are. We've in probably the last, say, 5 to 10 years, we've grown into about 7 international markets. At the moment, it's a bit tough with the COVID issues, but domestically, we've got a very good domestic market at the moment with good distribution in all states, and we have a very big online premise, and we sell a lot of our stuff online. It's just the new way to connect with people and be able to move quality products and get that, I guess, first-hand sort of experience between the winery and the product you're consuming. So
yeah, well, I thoroughly enjoy. Next time I come there, they're not going to come at 9 o'clock in the morning.
no, well,
because
we can have breakfast port if you like.
Did Nathan time this winery to coincide with the ending of Dry July? Yes. Yes, Josh. I will play along with your hilarious comment, and yes, I did. So
You're doing Dry July?
No.
Oh.
No. I've been not drinking a lot, but I think that may have changed tonight after tasting that Grenache. So let's move on and taste
The Shiraz?
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go the Shiraz for sure. And whoa.
So you see the colour in this
Oh,
bad
the
boy.
colour differences. Right, it looks, it has very burgundy. No, I can just see, I can't see anything through it. So,
very deep.
Yeah, the smell of for such a bold wine, the fruit's still coming through though.
Yeah, so we try to still get that fruit to sort of be the hero in all the stuff we do.
In your tasting notes, what does it say?
I can't remember.
What?
No, it's it'd be probably dark fruits.
Yeah.
More like plum,
The plum,
ripe, like sort of ripe berries.
Yeah.
A lot of vanilla. Sort of come through, yeah.
Vanillin.
Yeah, vanillin characters. Maybe a bit of tobacco.
Holly would have loved that, wouldn't she? Holly would have loved that. So we had a Holly in last week. She was going on about it. She didn't know what it was. She just read it off the notes. But
yeah.
All right, let's have a taste of this. What was it?
2016. So the same thing. It's actually quite soft. I haven't tried that wine for a while, and it's really developed in the bottle. But it has actually softened out the last time I tried it.
That really surprised me. I was expecting
that big punch.
That big punch that I guess the McLaren Vale's big Shirazes are known for, but didn't have it.
Didn't have it. It's more elegant.
It's more elegant. More care.
More care.
More
Let's
love.
go with that, eh?
Yeah. So, making the Shiraz, you said, was it easier than how much you have to
Definitely
play with the Grenache?
Yeah.
What's your favourite wine?
Oh, the Grenache for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's a lot more fun to make. It's especially at the moment because it is so trendy and hard to get. It's definitely it's definitely flavour of probably the last couple of years for the McLaren Vale region.
Is the Shiraz your best seller?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's McLaren Vale Shiraz.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down.
You said you were in 7 international markets.
Yeah.
What is the Curtis Family Vineyards' #1 market?
Chinese market.
Yeah.
By country mile.
And they love the corks.
Love the corks.
Yeah.
Love the wine. Love the story. Love my old man stories.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting market actually. It's very different in a lot of areas that we sell to because we sell all over China. So
Yeah.
it's
And what have you prepared to eat with it?
we've got. I went shopping. I was walking past Ellis Butcher's the other day. And,
Where were you walking past?
Ellis Butcher's in McLaren Vale at near Coles there. And Ian, my old mate, the butcher at
Hang on a
Ellis's.
minute. Have a look at that.
Not bad, eh?
Have
Not
a
bad.
look at that.
So that's been cooking since 8 o'clock this morning. So we was slow roasting it in the oven. So I'm fingers crossed it's cooked enough inside.
8 hours, you said.
8 hours,
I
yeah. But
reckon.
it was like super low, like 60 degrees.
Yeah, that looks absolutely superb. Come on.
So, should we cut it?
Yeah, get into
All
it.
right. Let's go.
So,
Look at this weapon. Whoa.
I know. So, you had to go for the biggest steak you could possibly find, or was that the butcher?
No, I just it sort of just shone out to
look
me.
at that.
But it's a Australian Wagyu steak, and it's
Put your fork in it and hold it up to the camera
pretty,
so everyone can get jealous. Have a look at that.
pretty happy with that.
I know. I sound like a fishing show. Have a look at that.
Should we kiss it? Throw it back.
Yeah, no. It's good. It's good enough meat to kiss, though. I
Yeah,
reckon.
definitely.
So where was it again? Ellis Butchers.
Ellis Butchers.
Yeah. Anyone in McLaren Vale knows Ellis.
Oh,
People
they've been
drive-
there forever.
People drive from.
I reckon they
everywhere
were
to go
there since before the main street even went in. That's how.
Before the main street. even.
Yeah, like they had their little shop across the road there.
Oh.
Easily. There you go, mate. I'll let you.
I've got to cut it up into tiny pieces. You've got to have some as well, though.
Yeah, definitely.
But we can't do it both at the same time. So you're going to have to tell me a little bit more about the Shiraz.
Yeah.
And what happens when we eat this? Have the steak with it? It fully changes the.
It sort of complements all the flavours in there because you need something fairly robust sort of meal or flavour-wise, and that's what the steak sort of brings, quite a robust flavour, and it just matches well with quite the robust flavour of the wine. So, Tony, it is a King Henry. What cut of meat is that? Is the question, and it's a King Henry, but it's an Australian Wagyu. Varietal of cow.
Oh.
So how was it? It was good? Let me try it.
Yeah, you have a go. The change in the... It's not so much a change in the wine, it's a change in the taste of the food. So the wine's actually complementing the food, not the other way around. I think Horst would totally agree with me there. What do you reckon, Jerry? Horst would agree with me, wouldn't he? Horst would have... Horst is a chef from Shingleback.
Yeah.
And we went there and he did a 4-course...
Degustation.
Well, it wasn't really. It was a wine infusion.
Oh.
So whatever we were
Fancy.
eating, he'd infused the wine in it. So I couldn't eat because I was still crook.
Yeah.
Luke Harris came on with me.
Smashed
Been all
it.
around the world. Reckons it was the best feed
Smashed
he's ever
it.
had. Oh, every little bite, he looked at me and touched me under the table.
Oh, romantic.
Oh, it was nice of him. Yeah. So that is the best probably looking steak I've seen for a very long time. And yeah, it just blew me away that it didn't change the taste of the wine much, but it just changed the taste of the food. So yeah, great
just
pairing,
marrying
mate.
them, trying
Excellent
to marry them
pairing.
together.
So don't forget we're interactive. If you ask more questions, Curto can talk, and I've got more time to eat, so that'll be
We've
really
got
good.
plenty of steak here. So.
Yeah, Jerry's eyeing it off. He's
Yeah.
thinking about wrapping up the show so he can have some. So retail-wise, what are we looking at for the Shiraz?
This is $70 retail.
Bargain. 2016.
2016.
Drinking beautifully now.
Yeah, very.
And I'd
smashable at the
advise to
moment.
go down and get
Oh,
it.
go
You
see
feed your
him.
whole family with that steak.
Definitely. Yeah.
Cook it for 8
Maybe
hours.
just us two, but
Well, that's
yeah.
not our families,
No,
but
but
yeah,
just
normal family.
us two, yeah.
Yeah, I can see Jerry's eyeing it off. We ain't sharing that between us.
So
So
some
if
of the blue cheese.
throw some, he has to eat blue cheese
He
before he
does.
gets it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So throw some questions and comments up because this Shiraz We should have got Ellis Butchers to chuck a steak in, shouldn't we?
We should have.
We should have.
We could have done.
Maybe we'll just
we
drop
could have
him
done
in.
this down there. They would have cooked it for us.
Oh, that would have been on the flame. That would have been great. So, fire your questions away. Ask Curdo some questions so I can eat and drink more.
Just to shout out my sister's birthday, 30th birthday today. Happy birthday, Jed.
So, going on, let's talk about your siblings. So, they're involved in the winery as well?
They are. They're financial planners, but they are heavily involved.
So, are they watching the money? Are they making the money decisions?
No. They tell me lots about it, but I
but
do.
You get the decisions.
I just pull the trigger.
It's obviously going pretty well because 7 international markets is quite impressive. And
not too bad at the moment.
Domestics going
gangbusters at the moment.
This Australian people have really adopted wine
Local.
during this. I think there was a couple of weeks there where it was a bit iffy what people were going to do. I reckon they were out during COVID. They were out exercising. I was thinking we're going to use this time.
Yeah.
Then it got a bit colder. The fire was put on. Out came the wine.
Yeah.
Then
starting to cook dinner at home, and what else better than cracking one of these or another McLaren Vale wine and searing some steak on the barbie or something.
Going down to Ellis Butchers.
Of course.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, we got any questions there, Jerry, or we got some coming up?
It's from my sister.
Oh, she's showing you some love.
Yeah.
And so she's 30. How old are the other Curdos?
The other Curdos?
Are you
I'm the eldest.
Yeah,
I'm the eldest. I'm 36. My brother's 34.
Yeah.
And my baby sister's 30.
All right. So pretty close.
Yeah.
Mum would have had her hands full.
Definitely.
With the three
my
of you. Oh, with your brother. So, Jerry, we're going to pull up a winner. Oh, from Germany. Can I order this in Europe?
Unfortunately, no. No, you can't.
But she's the winner.
But you are the winner, so you get one anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I think she's actually here.
Okay.
Yeah, she might be stuck here.
Forever.
Why not? Maybe she fell in love with it. Yeah. Fell in love with McLaren Vale and the amazing Grenaches that are coming out of it. That are coming out of there now.
Definitely.
Matt, you look better with a beard.
Stoppy. Yeah, I got rid of it. Nothing compared to your beard, Matthew.
Well, I think you look better clean shaven, mate.
I look younger. I think I wiped like 10 years off.
Yeah, you do. Patrick Thompson, beautiful wine and family.
Thanks, Patrick.
You obviously know him.
His old man used to work for us
many
years ago.
So, we thought we'd throw in a little surprise while you were here.
Okay.
And, there's Jerry. Hey, Jerry. How's it going? Tell me a little bit about this.
Yeah.
So, you became Facebook royalty.
Internet famous or
Internet,
something?
Facebook famous. So, the banner.
The banner.
Tell me about who came up with this banner idea.
Yeah.
Because I know they asked you first.
They did ask me, and I sort of knew there was going to be a banner, but I didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. So usually with milestone games or grand finals, there's a group of girls from the club and and trainers and all the volunteers sort of get around, and it's a real fun sort of night that they put these things together. And depending on the milestone, which was me, my wife.
So let's go through it. Congratulations, Curdo. 300 games.
Yes.
30 reports.
Yeah.
Was that a slice? That's about right.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
Probably about right. 3 flags.
Definitely, yeah.
Yep. And 0 pre-seasons.
Yeah. So that's...
And...
Yeah.
Can we go back one? Because I haven't been through the comments yet. I haven't talked... 5.5 thousand likes.
Yeah.
1.1 thousand comments.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And almost 500 shares. You actually blew up the SA Footballer Facebook. They'd never had anything like this before.
I couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe how far it went. Initially when I walked out of the race to go through the banner, I cracked up laughing. And I go, no, this is a massive stitch up for the wife. So
I would say, and then they had to put you on the cover of the magazine.
Yeah, apparently, there was a lot of interest Australia-wide. So
yeah.
I was getting phone calls and
people don't
from
know
everyone.
that you're usually a backman.
I am, yes.
I would know from pre-season games and training when you were first starting out.
Many years ago, I remember, because you were playing full forward, if I recall correctly.
Oh, hang on a minute. Greg Lambert reckons he saw the Guernsey on sale on Marketplace.
Yeah, how much did it go?
All right, how much did it go for, Greg? How much did he get for it? So, what an amazing achievement. And 300 games for one club.
Yeah.
Club royalty. And always a backman.
Yeah.
2 full forward for the 300th.
Yes.
And what did you kick?
I kicked 10 goals, 3.
10 goals, 3. How many goals you kicked in your career? What was your highest before that?
I've kicked 7 before.
Under 16s?
No. I only played 1 year of juniors at McLaren. Ever. No, I played, I think it was Langon Creek, and I was playing full forward maybe for a couple of games, because I do play.
We got a comment from Benny McDonald, local legend.
Hey, Benny. Thank you.
Good bloke, isn't he?
He is.
We're going to say hello to Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
She's from the US, in lockdown, can't do anything but, and it's hanging. I've been sending her all this stuff. We met through LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I've been sending her all this stuff about McLaren Vale. She's hanging to come over, try the wine. Been showing her pictures of the beach. I've just been teasing her while she's in lockdown, really. But
2 Balfour's pies.
Oh, that's what you got for Guernsey.
Apparently.
Wow. That wouldn't even
Not a
be
Billy's
Smoko,
or anything.
It wouldn't even be Smoko. So, congratulations. I wanted to bring that up. So,
thank you. Yeah.
If we're hitting up Curtis Family Vineyards on socials, what are you most prolific on?
We're across all of them pretty much: Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But yeah, sales-wise, we do have a store on our website. But if you want to drop me an email or a phone call to have a chat, or if you have any questions, email's great, and I'll get to them pretty quick.
So the location?
Tell
people where you are.
So the entrance, almost the entrance of McLaren Vale, with the big overpass, we just passed there. It's 514 Victoria Road, McLaren Vale.
So you're coming into McLaren, instead of turning left into the Vale, come from the city,
just
go on a bit further.
Yeah.
There's a little coffee
You'll see
van.
a little coffee van there.
Turn right after that.
Yeah.
Ring up first.
Give me a call.
You ring up first.
Send me an email.
So when we were there, obviously, having a look around, the cellar doors.
Yeah, it's coming along.
Yeah.
It's coming along. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get things open for spring, so September-ish. So we're pretty close. We're actually going to have a soft opening for my son's first birthday next week, but we've been sort of limited with the numbers now. So,
that's getting less.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So we'll have to do something at home.
Yeah,
smaller.
The first birthday is really a celebration for you guys for getting
pretty
there.
much.
Isn't it?
Pretty much. It's
I can
mainly
remember
for the parents.
first birthday that, and it was a celebration. It was hard that the first year. So we've had the amazing Grenache. We've had the Shiraz. We've given both away. Pretty good show. Really.
Right. Yeah.
All you got to do is watch.
Out of 10?
Tonight?
Yeah.
I'm thinking easy a 9.5.
Yeah.
Mick said don't go give you 10.
Do you reckon the Port will get their extra?
Well, we haven't finished, have we?
Yeah,
we haven't finished, so we'll keep that to last. I was just thinking, what a great show. Not talking us up, but throw a comment, watch the show, get a $100 bottle of wine.
Easy.
Easy
as that.
So if any other wineries are out there, or you're watching and you think, oh, geez, I love Gemtree, or geez, I love Coriol, wish the boys would do a show with them, hit us up on Facebook. Let us know who you would like us to go visit. Or if you are a winery out there and you want to come on the show, hit us up and we'll organise it. So we've got a few people stacked up, and it was great for you to come on, and you've outdone yourself with the food. But those wines are amazing. But the whole show, all I've been doing is waiting for
the port.
Waiting for the port.
Yeah. So most of the footy boys have tried this port, because we do. I don't know if you remember at the bar at McLaren. There's an old wooden American oak barrel that's been there since I've been there.
Yeah.
So anything and everything goes in there, but then a few times this has been filled into it just to give the boys a bit of a surprise, and they've had some big nights on it too. Like they just they go crazy on it. So
all right, let's so talk it up. Tell us how we started and what.
Yeah,
tell us the story of it. That's what I love the stories.
Yeah, so this is our old Tawny Port. It was the same age as me, basically. It was made the same.
Young.
Yeah.
I know. Older man.
We call it the old man superannuation. It's just been sitting there in barrel. Still is sitting there in barrel. We only take little bits and pieces out of it. If we have a couple of bottles that we sell and whatever, but it's not a priority to sell this stuff because we want it to develop and become better than it is now. So we've done a few little experiments with some new oak, some...
talk it up, come on.
Yeah, some...
So what are we doing moving forward?
So we're moving forward. Yeah, for sure.
Let's pour us some more.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. So I got my hands on 6 Jack Daniel's barrels from the States, and I said this will be perfect for some
Jack Daniel's
some old port to just sit in there for a
How'd you
long
get
time.
them?
How'd I get them? I had a mate that was importing barrels, and he goes, I've got some special barrels coming in. And he had all sorts, like from cognac, from, like, say, Scotch whiskey barrels.
Yeah. And we're watching here the actual tasting, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Tasting straight out of the barrel.
Breakfast port.
See, doesn't look like I was waiting for it or anything. I think I'm licking my lips watching it.
Yeah.
But... so in the Jack's barrels,
yes.
How long those have been in there for now?
It's probably been in there 3 years.
3 years.
3 years now. So it's had time to develop and time to grab all the goodies out of the wood that was left over from.
Here we go.
Alex, would you recommend? You go.
Port wine to cook with.
Well, definitely in some dishes, especially desserts. And we've had food pairings. I had a beef and burgundy group come past, and we had a big tasting with them. It was probably 2 years ago now. And they had a chef come on board, and he made some little dessert canapé type desserts where they infuse, a bit like he was saying, like a wine infusion. But he did use this as more of he reduced it to make like a syrup.
Yeah.
Part of the dessert. So certain things, yes, you would, but it is fairly sweet. So there is a lot of sugar involved with this, but the alcohol is very high. So there would only be certain...
It is, when I'm sniffing it, I can smell the
alcohol coming out, yeah.
Definitely. I'll give it a big swirl first.
So something, I guess to pair with something like this, you want something... fairly salty to sort of just break up the sweetness.
Righto. So what did you bring?
I brought some. Well, there's some pecorino cheese, but you can have some blue cheese if you want. We'll go with the pecorino.
Right.
And you just see that balance coming through. Even like cheddar, some of the salami is good because it's real salty, or the prosciutto.
I'll try the cheese first. See how we go.
Lukey's back on. How often do you need to top up the barrels? So wine barrels, we have to do it quite often. We do it every 3 months. We do check during those 3 months some of the barrels to just see how they're travelling. But for the port, we don't have to. You actually don't have to check them. You don't have to top them at all.
Sorry, Luke. I've got to talk over the top of you. That was a great pairing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It just changed. The sweetness disappeared.
Yeah.
Like that.
Balanced it out.
Yeah, the taste was great.
Awesome.
Have some.
Let's try it.
Have some. That was... Jerry loves any sort of fortified.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been over and checked out, done the bourbon tours, been over to Jack Daniel's. I can see him going like this, wanting to show up, hurry up. I want some steak and Jack Daniel's. So I'm just going to comment on the difference in taste from this. which I've had before, which is amazing. And I liked Jerry to rig it so I could give it to my old man for Father's Day, so I don't have to buy him a present. But the Jack's in it changes the taste totally once again, doesn't it? That has
Just lifts it.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one isn't the ones with Jacks. I'm talking about the one
The other one we tried.
that we tried out the barrel. When's that going to get bottled?
I don't know. I'm probably not going to do it for a while. I want to just see how it.
I'll just have to come back and have some more out the barrel.
Definitely. If you come see us, I'll let you try it. Rick Davies. Hey, mate. Haha, Timothy Lavery loves that barrel, Curto. I know he does.
This is one of the boys from the footy club.
Yeah, he's the bar manager.
Right, he's the bar manager.
Bar manager.
So he drinks more than he hands out?
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's his payment. Nah. Sorry, a bit late, but what's the difference between your Curtis Black Label Cavaliere Shiraz and the White Label Shiraz? The White Label, as in the Heritage Label, I think you're talking about. It is just, well, it's one, the vineyards we take it off. It's more of a blend of vineyards. The Heritage is. This stuff is more single vineyard.
Where is the vineyard for this?
This is in McLaren Flat.
Yeah.
And some people might know, well, especially from the footy club, Pino de Fabio's vineyard.
Pino?
Oh,
yeah. Shout out to Pino.
Yeah.
Hey, Pino.
Hi, Pino.
Is he watching?
I don't know.
No, he does sometimes.
Send us a message.
Yeah, he does sometimes. Probably not tonight. It's probably...
So the Heritage is just a blend of our growers that we buy from the area, just to get the price point down, where the Heritage is sitting at $35 a bottle.
That's a really
and
good price.
we make a lot more of it compared to this. So just with volume and packaging, etc.
So let's talk about the price of the port.
Yes.
Obviously old,
Yeah.
not that much of it, so I'm thinking our price is creeping up.
It is, yes.
So what's the cost?
$100.
Oh, that's not bad.
$100.
Same as the Grenache.
Good for a gift. Yeah, good for a gift.
Great for a gift. $100.
$100.
Another $100 bottle of wine for someone. All they got to do is comment. Well, wine, port. So, well, Jerry, rig this one, can you?
Goady's old man wants it.
Yeah, that's right. If he watched and commented, he could win it. He's actually useless. He's like got no technology skills whatsoever.
So he's not watching.
Nah, there's no way in the world. He wouldn't know how to watch it on replay, let alone live. But we are live, so fire your question away. There's been some pretty good questions already. Most people just talking you up, really, but a few footy club players. Not many comments on the 300 games or the 0 pre-seasons. Thought there might have been a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe everyone's watching has also done 0 pre-seasons.
Yeah, well.
Well, maybe the hosting in there. That's maybe where you learn it from.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a little... Oh, hang on. Jerry's stopped me eating. Joshua Kent. What does the word tawny mean? He's a winner.
He's won it, yeah.
Well done, mate.
Well done.
He's been watching for a while and commenting. So he's reaped the rewards. What does the word tawny mean or refer to?
Yeah, so it's a blend of ports. So when you get a vintage port, it's a bit like the wine. So like this is a McLaren Vale Shiraz 2016. A vintage port is the same if you pick the grapes in 2016. You could actually call it vintage port of 2016, where a tawny you can't. It's a blend of different vintages together. So,
hang on a sec. If you were to choose another barrel to store the tawny in, what kind would it be and why?
Good question.
Great question.
We're gonna maybe try some cognac, if I can get my hands on some.
Probably difficult at the moment. It might have already brought some in.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe some different bourbon. Because they like Jack Daniels is quite a different type. Well, it's not bourbon actually; it's Tennessee whiskey. So, maybe some Scotch barrels.
What about some Maker's Mark?
Oh yeah,
now
that's some good stuff. So
that's one of your favourites, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So
that'd have to be on the cards.
Hopefully, if I can get him, I'll definitely send him an email. But we're going to experiment with a few different ones and just see which ones. Like, I'm very impressed with the Jack Daniel's barrels. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's.
I can't believe you're not going to bottle it after tasting that. I was praying you were going to bottle it.
It's a bit of a tempter for people to just come in. It's like a little secret.
Yeah, they can come in and have a taste though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The experience.
But you know what they want though? They want something.
They want it.
They will want it.
I have cousins of mine and mates of mine that pest me all the time for it.
Yeah, well.
So
bad luck.
Bad luck.
Yeah. Because we don't know what it's going to do.
No, well, that's the thing.
And you, as you told me when we were there, it's only going to get better.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. With the time and that's all it is time. Just wait and let it do its thing.
Yeah. So this port, Josh is really lucky. He's lucky that he got in before the last question too, really.
Yeah, well,
he might have lucked out, I reckon. So
this is going down too good.
It is going down real well, isn't it? And that cheese just topped it off. Josh is pretty happy, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty damn happy.
Does he want some steak as well?
He wants some steak. If he comes here now, he might. Actually, we'll make him eat some blue cheese when he comes together. So, righto. So we've got where we are, phone number, get in contact, email, organiser, come down, have a look.
Yeah, definitely.
Have a taste of the amazing Jack Daniel's port. So once again, we have to say cheers to Ellis Butcher.
Oh, for sure.
What
great,
a
great cut of meat.
Oh, let's show them. I'm probably going to drop it, but have a look at that. Oh, that's all right. Have a look at that. Wonder if Matt Down's watching. He would love that. So we're going to go also through the Grenache. Amazing bottle of wine. Very, very easy drinking and the fruit just popping out of it. And with the blue cheese.
Oh, your favourite now.
Well, not my favourite, but the creamy. I didn't go near the strong one.
Near the strong one.
I'll have to have that with some port when we're off camera. And the Shiraz. I was just going to say about the Shiraz. Strong, bold, but smooth.
Finessey.
Yeah. I waited for that big hit, and it didn't come.
Yeah.
So anybody who hasn't tried it, I would say, give him a call, jump online, or we might even have a deal. We might even have a deal for the SA Wine Weekly viewers. They can get this amazing deal. Jerry's just showing you that
we lost our barrels.
We lost. Right, we just teleported to a green screen and we're back. So we've got, what is the deal? Can you remember?
It's these three wines, actually.
These three?
Together.
Oh, here we are.
There we go, 3-pack.
Receive a bottle of our Limited Series Grenache.
Yeah, so we've done a very sharp deal on this.
This is a ridiculous deal.
It is.
How many have you got? Because me and Jerry...
You want to load up?
Yeah, we're going to load up. Is it one per person? Or bring your car?
Bring your car, load up.
Right,
So, we're doing the 3-pack delivered to your door for
Is that right? Is that a typo?
No, that's right, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, well, Jerry and I both have one before you go anyway.
Easy.
Delivered,
yeah.
Hand?
Not personally delivered.
Well,
no.
I thought they might have come with a steak or some blue cheese.
Yeah, well, we got plenty here.
We do have plenty here. $120. That's ridiculous. I'm just trying to add it up. We're looking at almost $300 worth of wine for $120.
Yeah. Give it a crack.
Right. I was thought
it's only there for a limited time too, so get on board.
Yeah. 7 days?
We'll do 7 days.
For 7 days?
We'll do 7 days, yeah.
So, excellent. Well, I'll have to say, first of all, cracking deal. Oh, Josh is already on there ordering one. He is ordering one. Luke, awesome deal. Luke will get one. Luke, and he'll talk you up. He'll do a little video.
That's awesome.
He's gone AWOL and he'll talk up.
I haven't seen him for a while. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah, come out and see. Always good wine, mate.
Aaron.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks, mate. I went to school with Aaron.
Did you? I actually went to school with Josh.
Oh, did
you? And Luke. Yeah. So, Josh was the well-behaved one out of the
group.
Luke was the one who got all the credits. Me?
Yeah.
I was the one who took the blame for everything. Oh, very proud of you.
It's Mum.
Yeah.
Hi, Mum.
Nothing. No comment for me. No. So,
you're
I'm
going
here too, thanks.
Yeah.
My family never get on.
Yeah.
Never comment whatsoever.
You got to teach your old man how to use Facebook.
Any more questions? We've got a couple of minutes. We can fire a few more questions if you've got them there. I can't believe the deal. I thought Taylor, who works for us, did a typo. Just to tell you the truth, that's $300 worth of wow. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
That really helps. So I got to say, great show. Now we usually advertise who's on next week, but we had a cancellation, so next week is up for grabs. So if you are looking to showcase your wines, or you're friends with Ellis Butcher and you want to bring a big steak on with some wine, hit us up, or Jerry and I will have to come up with something at the spare. We might have
go on the road or something.
Go on the road. We're happy to go on the road, but we might have a ginnery on.
Ooh,
we're just waiting for confirmation, and
nice.
So we're not too sure yet. Or either that, we might have to do a Pinot show. Because I love Pinot.
Yeah.
So we might have to do an Adelaide Hills Pinot show.
Right.
We could do that. Yeah. Maybe some Adelaide Hills wineries would like to come on.
Yeah.
If not, I'm going to grab...
the Crush Festival did pretty well.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
It was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. It did really well.
Hopefully there'll be more festivals and we won't go into total lockdown.
For sure.
But
get back into it.
Thanks heaps, mate. It's been
worries.
A great show.
It's been a pleasure.
Curtis Family Vineyards, get on it, get that deal. And look forward to seeing us next week, 7 o'clock, SA Wine Weekly, Facebook Live. Thanks heaps for watching. See you next week.